Hi guys, it's Emily from Novel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my March book haul, 50 plus books. In fact, it's kind of 59. I thought it was 58 and I realised I'd left out one book. So, I have been gifted like 25. I just kind of bought 34. This is the biggest book haul of the year. April will be a lot less. I am filming this on the 26th of March. Something you will be noting, this is coming out, so this is like coming out on the last day of the month. I don't care. My Emily calendar is going to be my Emily calendar from now onwards, and I'm going to not feel guilty about it. Like, maybe like yesterday, I kind of got gifted like 5 books, but like, they're going on next month's book haul because the numbers stress me out. As you well would have seen, today's video was supposed to be a stats video, but it's not, it's this. And go to my, I won't remember to link it, but go to my weekly catch-up March week 4, because that'll explain what's happening. But I will be still doing my book hauls. I will just not be focusing on the numbers. I am going to try and buy less in April. Like I said, been gifted 5. It's not my fault, the gifted number, okay? And I'm not having any major book haul thingies. Due to personal reasons, I'm not going to be working at Bass Books for a little bit. But, so April, my numbers will go down. Like March, let's be honest, I had 3 big book shopping trips. I had my birthday and I had the charity shop, and maybe I shouldn't have gone as much to the charity shop near me as much, and maybe I should have just not planned 3 book shop trips. Next year I'm not going to plan 3 in for my birthday because that was probably excessive, and that is why this number is ridiculous. But I say ridiculous, but why am I beating myself up? All of these books I wanted, all of these books I like, and there is not a single one here that I regret. So I'm going to stop beating myself up. I'm going to enjoy them. But because there is so many, I will not be talking too much about them. Okay? So as for the gifted ones, I'll be going through them. Danny's books I haven't even opened yet, so I may open that while you're seeing that. But I will not be going into much detail about the books. I will literally be showing you them and saying what sort of genre they are, because otherwise this video will be ridiculously long and that's not what I want. So you may well be seeing me going because I've got them all over the place. Let's get started. So the first book I'm going to show you is the one I got from Thomas, my little boy. He bought me Sharon Sallah by Mimosa Grove. Mimosa Grove by Sharon Sallah. It's a contemporary. He bought it from the little charity shop by near us. I honestly have no idea, but it's a little book and it's an older contemporary. So like, even though it's 375 pages, it just looks quite sweet. It's quite an old book, yeah. It's like 2004, so it's an old book. But he bought me that, so that's going to be kept down there. I got now my LPR products, which one of these days I will get my review up for. The Greek House by Diana Jeffries, which was my latest book. I did talk about it a bit on one of my wrap-ups, but I can't remember, not wrap-ups, one of my weekly catch-ups. Fantastic book, her latest book out, and raved about it. Got sent this by by Harper Press, so thank you for that. That's what she's got to go all the way over there because my mum's borrowing that. I will say birthday books or just general gifts, but most of these are birthday books gifts. I got 2 books for the lovely Gemma from Gemma Books. She got me The Lincoln Highway by Amor Tolls, and I've still not read this. I am really nervous. It's historical fiction. I think Charlie lent this to me ages ago, but so that's got to go back to Charlie. But I never read it. But so the fact that Gem's recommended it and got it for me means I will be reading it. It's on my shelves ready. It's set in 1954 and it's about 18-year-old Emmett returns home after serving a short sentence for manslaughter. Don't want to know any more than that. It's Elmer Toll's book. It's set in the 50s. Sounds good. And Sweepers on a Chatterbox mode. So sorry about that. Then she also got me this one that really excites me, and this is The Exiles by Christina Baker Klein, and it's apparently a story of Australia's complex history. It's set in 1840, and I think the Evangeline is gets shipped over to Australia. She's from London. She gets pregnant and shipped over to Australia. Jem loved it apparently when she first read it, so she got me a copy. So thank you, Jem. I will be linking all the people who gifted me the books when I'm done. Chris bought me 2 books for my birthday. From one, because he got me this gorgeous smartwatch. Mum got me the strap, by the way. But he bought me that because he had one strap on it, but he bought me that. Anyway, but when we went to Marlow for my birthday, he bought me 2 books. he got me Like a Curse by McNichol, which I will be reading in April. There's a readathon, I'm reading it for April. Yes, I'm reading it for the TBR Clear Out readathon, and I'm buddy reading it with the lovely Cat from Brews and Reviews. Cat's channel's going to be linked anyway, so that's got to go separately as well. And then he also bought me, in one of the charity shops, Stay With Me by Aomi Abadeo. And this was raved about by Charlie and Olivia. And I think it's like historically fiction. Yeah, it's set in technically historical fiction because it's set in the 1980s Nigeria. But it's a story of fragility and married love. Don't need to know any more than that. 2 of my friends loved it. It's a go, guy. The lovely Angela from Reading Off My Shelf bought me 2 books. I will be buying your birthday presents. It's just they're going to be arriving like a month late. This March has been insane for personal reasons. But Angela bought me The King's Witches by Kate Foster. I absolutely loved the last book by this author, and not everyone loved it, but I did. The Maiden, I loved The Maiden, but not everyone loved it. But this one looks really good. It's set in Edinburgh in 1589, about Princess Anna of Denmark is to wed James V of Scotland, but first she must find a trial period. That's all I need to know. Kate Foster, I love The Maiden. I can't wait for this. But then she bought me this sweetie. This is like, that one's brilliant, but this one's really sweet, and it's the Bronte sisters, The Brief Lives of Charlotte, Emily and Anne. And obviously where I've done the Bronte readers on this month, it's just brilliant. So I just can't wait to get to it. It's like got loads of information about them. And it's a nice short but sweet book, but it looks so pretty. It's got pictures as well, and it just looks gorgeous. So thank you, Angela. This is just, it's my sweetie pie book, and I just love it. Can't wait to read that. Then I got 2 books from the lovely Jack from Spread Book Joy. Jack also bought me my gorgeous bookmark. She bought me this gorgeous dishcloth with the Brontes, so she really properly spoiled me, and a little postcard. So thank you everyone's bought me. But she bought me Black Roses by Jane Time, which is set in 1933 in London, and the warning bells are across Europe as Hitler comes to power. Clara Vine is a talented British actress, but she works for and she's in the midst of an uneasy circle of Nazi wives, so it probably is set in Germany actually. It's intriguing. Let's give this a go. And then she got me the cheeky sausage. She got me the 3rd book in the series, The Wild Rose by Jennifer Donnelly. She bought me the Tea Rose ages ago, and I loved that. And then she bought me the 3rd one, but I had to get the 2nd one. So it's technically one of these numbers is Jack's fault, because I had to buy the 2nd one because she got me this first one, the 3rd one. And it's carrying on the series, but I don't want to know any more than that because, like I said, I've only just read the 1st. And this is set in London 1914 as World War One looms. Yeah, she bought me this one, and I had to get the 2nd one, which I'll show you soon. This is just, my sofa is not going to like me. So I'm gradually getting them. I'm on the pile number 2. So I also got The Girls by Kirsty Capes. You guys all know I loved Careless by Kirsty Capes, and I got it in hardback. And that was, Kirsty Capes was an author that our lovely Alice loved, and so I wanted this, and she bought it for me, so thank you so much. Everyone's heard of The Girls, but what happens of the women they became, and it's sort of that Ingrid Olsen, and yeah, I don't want to know any more than that. It just looks beautiful. It's, at the time of her death, the press wrote many things about Ingrid Olsen. She was a brilliant artist, but she was a terrible mother to her girls, and that her legacy would live on, and it basically talks about that, so I don't know any more than that. Just so excited. I'm just trying to make sure my piles are even. Then the lovely, one of my subscribers, Lorraine, got me this beautiful copy of Anne of Green Gables, and you guys all know Anne of Green Gables is my 3rd favourite book ever, and it's life is worth living as long as there is laughter, there is laugh in it, and that's a quote at the back. And I wanted a pretty copy because I like having pretty copies of all these, and I'm going to be rereading this in September, I think. But it's just a gorgeous copy. I want to see if there's any pictures. No, there's no pictures, but oh my god. It's just a beautiful, beautiful copy. My copy is really crappy, so I've now got a pretty copy. So thank you. Can't wait to read that. Can't wait to read that again. And this is a set that the lovely Danny from Danny's Book World got me. She got me Blood Traitor, The Gilded Cage and The Prison Healer. So basically, I'm going to literally, I've had this. Oh, I'm not going to split it too much, but I'm just going to take the cover off because I think I'm going to put it on my shelves like all together. So I do know it's fantasy. She put me a lovely gift mark because that is Danny. All of you are amazing. My Waffle girls are just brilliant. So I'm going to look at the bottom one, which is the Prison Healer. And it's a series, and it looks, look how pretty it all looks. I've got to keep it together. And it's a fantasy series, and she said I'm going to love it. Kiva Meridian is a survivor. 10 years of working as a healer in the notorious death prison, Zladinov. She only has one goal, to stay alive, but then the rebel queen arrives at the prison on death's door, and Kiva receives a message: don't let her die, we are coming. This looks really good fun, and it's a series I cannot wait to get to. So thank you, Danny. It's fantasy. I love fantasy. I've not said to you how many of each genre because it would just take way too long. Then my lovely friend Tracy bought me A Lady's Guide to Scandal by Sophie Irwin. I love the first book in the series, and I've got it in hardback because I kept the hardback. I didn't keep the paperback. I might go. No, I didn't keep the paperback. I should have kept the paperback. I had a paperback and a hardback edition, but I kept the hardback because I had a signed edition. So now I've got one hardback and one paperback, and they're not going to match. But I don't care. I shouldn't care about it. But this is like, it's kind of like Regency sauciness. And at 27, Eliza, Countess of Somerset, has lost her husband but gained a fortune. Lots of people have loved this. I know that Charlotte from Queenie Reed loved it. I think Katie loved it. And it's just, I can't wait to read it. That's going on my shelf. Then the lovely Kat from Brews and Reviews got me two gorgeous books. One, actually, I'll show you the first one. The first one she bought me she basically paid for it. She got me. She looked. There was a bit of a story to this, but basically, I said I wanted this book. It's The Sirens by Amelia Hart because I absolutely loved her first book, and it was so gorgeous, and I just wayward. And I wanted a pretty copy, and I saw that Waterstones had this special edition. So she went and hunted around all the charity. She went and hunted around all the Waterstones. She drove an hour away just to find this bloody printed copy. But it's got this sprayed edge there, but it's also got pink there. How cool is this? It's witchy. It's a signed edition as well. I didn't even know it's a signed edition. Oh my gosh, how bad am I? It's signed as well. So it's signed by Amelia Hart, and it's Lucy's running from what she's done to what someone did to her, but the only person who might understand her sister Jess. But when Jess arrives at her sister's desolate cliff-topped house, Jess is gone. Oh my god, it just looks gorgeous. And look at the naked hardback. I know I'm gonna have to put this on my shelf, but oh my god, it is like one of the most pretty books I've ever owned, and I love all my books. But god, this is so pretty. Just want to kiss it. I don't even know whether I can put it down the bottom because I just want it of my piles because I want to. Just want to kiss it. It looks just so pretty. Yes, I'm turning into Charlie. I literally want to kiss. Oh, it's pink at the bottom. I don't know how I'm going to store this perfectly, but I want to be able to look at it regularly. So I might just have it standing up so I can look at it regularly. And then when we went to one of the other bookshops in London, she bought me Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Because basically, I watched her do all these reviews on this series, and I wanted it. So I'm gonna be reading this in May for the Spoonies. I'll just try to give you a sneaky peek. But it's the start of the series. The most recent one came out recently, and it's Iron Flame is the second one, but apparently you can get the second one quite cheap in the works, so I'm going to do that. But she bought me this one in one of the posher bookshops. Friends, enemies, lovers, everyone has an agenda. Violet Scoringill is expected to live a quiet life surrounded by books. Oh, until she's forced into the deadliest training ground. This looks so good. Cannot wait to read that in May. Right, then Charlie got me a selection of books. Three was from the charity shops in Woking because there were three that she was saying that they were from Oscar actually. Three that were technically from Oscar, my sister's eldest, and they are this Tenderland by William Kent Kruger, which was raved about by the lovely Jem, and this is set in the 1932 in the summer of it, on the banks of Minnesota's Gilead River. I've been wanting to get this for ages. Charlie got it for me, so thank you, Charlie. Then she got me The Garnet Girls by Georgina Moore, which is a contemporary summary. It will be safe for the summer. But this is about, I think it's about sisters. Yeah, three sisters. What do I want to know? Three sisters and contemporary, yeah. She got me that. And we saw that in every charity shop. It was literally like everywhere. And then she got me Underbelly by Anna Whitehouse. And she said this was raved about in lots of places. I haven't heard about it, but Charlie said it was raved about. And right, Lo and Dylan are living parallel lives worlds apart, but Lo is a middle-class mother with a perfectly polished Instagram post and armchair activism, and Dylan is surviving on 0 hours. Well, it's apparently a hilarious book. Women slicing into the filtered surface of modern women's lives to expose the dark truth beneath. Don't know. Sounds really good. It's pink. I love it. Then she got me these 2 gorgeous books, which were my main birthday present from her. The first one that she chose is herself, and this is Margot's Got Money Trouble. It's apparently a book club like book, and it's funny, and she wants to buddy read this together. And it's about Margot Millett's got money troubles, and it just looks funny, and it looks really good. And Charlie wants us to read it together, and it's pretty. It's purpley, pinky. It looks gorgeous. Thank you, Charlie. And then probably the one I'm screaming about. Actually, I need to get to it because it has been like the Women's Prize long list, and I'm expecting it to hit shortlist. And this is Nesting by Rosie O'Donnell. And this one is probably, I don't know, I'm torn between this one and the other one of the prize short long list books that I've got. This one apparently will destroy me because everyone knows about this. It's on the Women's Prize long list. Everyone I know has loved it. Charlie got it for me. It's beautiful. It's absolutely short. It's a beautiful, stunning edition. Look at it! Everyone knows about it. Everyone has loved it. This is up for apparently being the winner, everyone thinks. But it does talk about like domestic violence and things like that. It's a chance for women to start over. It's been raved about everywhere, and I cannot flipping wait to get to it. Then I got 2 more gifts, and then I can start on the other ones. Oh, and this is already on 16 minutes, so yeah, half an hour book. This was The House of Ellabrook by Valerie Arnaud, and it's set basically at the Tudor times, and it was given to me by a customer at my voluntary job. So thank you. And the first time Jane beheld King Henry VIII of England, he was broad-chested and strong-voiced, jewelled and befurred, and dominance present. So it's Jane Sweetwater's story. I've never heard of it. Looks good though. Oh gosh, my piles are getting longer and bigger and bigger. So I'm just gonna And then my tandem book that I'm reading at the moment, and this is A Tribute of Fire by Sarah Wilson. I don't get many fantasy books from tandem, but I'm bloody loving this. So this one is actually staying there because I'm in the middle of reading it. It's brilliant. Now to my book haul. Only one. I got one book from AB Books that's on full price. That's on that not charity stock. I got one book from the works. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 full price. 7, 8, 9. 9 books of those were not charity shop. That is it out of all of this. So I am well happy with that. Let's get on. First one, had to buy an Agatha when we went to Marlow. It's a big 4, and it's one of the top Agatha Christie's. It will be read quite early on in our Agatha along, and I keep saying Agatha for Alice, but it will get read. I'm just taking it time trying to get to it. You want to put that there. Then I saw this beautiful pink book in one of the charity shops in Maidenhead and Marlow, 1,000 Broken Pieces by Tilly Cole. It is the second in the series, but I don't know if they're all connected, so I'm going to give it a go. 2 broken hearts can make a 1. And yeah, it's American romance, but it's a pretty pink book, so I wanted a pink book. And I got a book that was on my Amazon wish list for a while, because I love Leah Louise books. And this is 8 Perfect Hours. They believe they spend 8 perfect hours stuck together, and they believe they'll never see each other again. Excuse me, but soon their lives become entangled in ways they never expected, and it's going to change everything. Romance, Leah Lewis. I loved it. I loved Dear Emily Boo. I actually got some mysteries. So I found this one that I was bloody going to buy full price, and I nearly didn't. And this is The Mystery Guest by Nina Prose, and that's the sequel to The Maid, I think, by Nina Prose, which I've got in hardback, and I kept it. So it's obviously telling you that it's got to be good that I kept the first one. And it's mystery, and it just looks really good. One of the Maid sees everything, and it's just, can't wait to read that. Yeah, I'll put that there. Then I got the third in this, the Richmond Osmond's Thursday Murder Club series, and this is The Bullet, the Mist. The third in the series, don't want any more than that, but now I've got the first 3 now, so the more recent one is the 4th one that's out in purple, which I'll need to get, which I'm going to get soon. But I think now that I've got the first 3, I can start the series. Then I've got like a sci-fi thriller-y kind of book, and that is The School for Good Mothers by Jessamine Chan, which has had real mixed reviews, but it looked quite interesting. I got this in Working with Charlie. And it felt, Frida has fed and changed her toddler Harriet. She's got a work deadline. She would go and get it, but then apparently her neighbour heard her baby crying, and it's sort of like she gets sent to school mothers, the good mothers. I don't know what that's like, but give it a go. It looks a bit strange, but give it a go. I found this one in the charity shop, and you guys know I love Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this is one of her prettier copies of One True Loves. And yeah, just don't want any more than that. It's just Taylor Jenkins Reid, love all her books. It's and this was one of the ones I've wanted for ages, and it's in a pretty edition, so yeah. And then I got this one, which is Next of Kin by Helen Bonham Young, which I could believe I could read for the Spoonies, because it's got some disability rep or carers rep. I can't remember that Olivia was talking about this, or she was talking about one of these books by this author. But yeah, and this, I don't want any more than that. It just looks really good. Then I've got one that was raved about. I found this in the Oxfam in Waking with Charlie, and this is Welcome to the Hongyang Dong Bookshop by Hongyang. This was raved about all over BookTube as well, and so it's like a translated fiction. Everyone's raved about it. I found it for like really cheap. Sweet, being noisy. Then another book I found when I went to Crowthorne with Charlie was a book, Postcard from Puffin Line, which is the start of a new series by Christy Barlow. You guys know I literally loved her other books. I've loved all of her other books, so I'm looking forward to starting the new series. I've now got to find The Lighthouse Daughters of Puffin Island, which is the sequel. It's the start of a new series. It's set on Puffin Island. Community, Christy Barlow, looks good. Right, so I'm now trying to think where I'm going to put them all, because they're all literally... A random one I picked up for, which is The Teen Ladies of St Jude's Hospital by Joanna Nell. And this is about volunteers, and they all work at this hospital, and their lives interact, so it looks really good. Then I got a Jo Thomas, because I love Jo Thomas books, and this is Chasing the Italian Dream, summary book. Don't need to know any more than that. It's literally set in Italy, and it's all about that, so can't wait for that. Then I've got a thriller. It's like a mystery thriller. It's Mother Hens, Sophie McCartney's, and Here Comes the Girls, and it's a signed edition. And it's about like a series of mothers, and there's like a murder, I believe, and there's just some things, revenge and stuff, but pretty signed copy. Sorry. Found that in the charity shop, so like £1 or £2, so that's quite good. Where did I put my mystery? There you go. Then another one that I found in the same charity shop, Fire Rush by Jacqueline Crooks, which it got shortlisted for the Women's Prize a couple of years ago. I've heard mixed things. I think Olivia loved it, but some people on my Goodreads, on my Doodah Storygraph, people didn't love it. But I can't remember who loved it and who didn't. But I know that it's pretty much Fire Rush was talked about, and I nearly bought it full price. It's a story of love, loss, freedom, and dub reggae, and it's pretty good. Got that. That's going there. And now I've got two Cathy Glass in the same charity shop as those other ones. That charity shop was dangerous. I think I got like 4 or 5 books in that one. And it's Nobody's Son and Another Forgotten Child. I collect Cathy Glass books. I read them and then I do put them up. So we've got Amy's story, and then we've got a story of Alex, who was Little Boy. So I don't want to name more than that. They're non-fiction. Looking forward to that. And I found a fantasy that just looks like, this was by Kim, and this was The Girl Who Grew Wings. Just looks like Ikari has always known she was a healer, whereas her twin sister Seppi is cast as an Obama, despite showing early promises of an alchemist. The secret sisters keep to possess 2 skills is punishable by death. Don't know anything more, but it looks fun. Another one, I got The Land of Never Ending by Kate Saunders. I swear I love one of the author's other books, and it's fantasy. It's about the cat flap being opened, and there's a lead character called Emily in it. I thought that a wild animal was coming in, but the muddy creature that climbed through the flap was smaller than a squirrel and had 4 little wheels and a tail. It just looks really good fun. So, yeah. Then I got some historical fiction, I think. I got The First Woman by Jennifer Masara Makubi. Don't know how I'm going to say that. And it literally, as Karabu enters her team, questions begin to gnaw at her. Questions about the adults in her life will do anything to ignore. Don't know where it's set, but I do know it's historical fiction, and I do know that it looks really good, so it's going to be done. God, I'm not looking forward to putting all these away. Another book that would have matched for the Bronte Return is by Emily, and it's Emily Gunnis, The Girl Left Behind, and it's set partly in 1985 and partly in 2015. No one wants to end up at Moorgate House, but the girl has to have nowhere to go. It's children's home, and it just looks interesting. Oh my goodness, I think I'm going to have to put that there. Then a Dilly Court book, and this is The Workhouse Girl. Picked this up in my charity shop near me. There was lots of copies of it, and it looks really pretty. And yeah, it's historical fiction. Don't know any more than that. It's been reissued with a good cover apparently, so it's one of our older books. Here we go. Joe Baker's The Midnight News. Joe Baker wrote another book that I absolutely loved, and I wish to God I could remember it. Longbourn. I loved her book Longbourn, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. And this one's set in London in 1940, and about the enemy planes. It's about aeroplanes. It's got a lead character called Charlotte in it. Looks really good. Then I've got three that are a bit of my these are my 3 wild cards because they were on offer. They were on offer for like 20p at the charity shop, and I thought they look interesting. First one is The Art of Hearing Heartbeats, and it's set in New York, and it's an intoxicating love story that will enthrall. It's just set in a different place, and it's a story of romance and family. So that was a bit of a random one. Picked up. The Piano Teacher by Janice Young Lee, and this is set in 1950s Hong Kong. And I don't know much about it, but that's interesting because it's good to go back to that different area of history. 2 beautiful women, one mysterious man, separated by culture, class and war. Then we've got The Memory of Love by Amanita Fauna, and this is set in 1969 in Sierra Leone. So again, it's historical fiction, but it's set in a different area, and this looks really interesting. So that was my other one. Now these are my full price books. So second in the Tea Rose series, that's The Winter Rose. I picked this up from AB Books quite cheap. So this is Jack's fault, so I'm blaming Jack for this one. Had to get this from the works. Funny story about Emily Henry. Love Emily Henry's romance, and it's sprayed edges. So this was beautiful. It's a more recent book out in paperback. I know she's got another hardback coming out soon, but I only read her books in paperback. And this is about Daphne and Peter. And Peter was my dad's name, so it kind of made me want to get it even more. Then on my birthday trip, when it was the double points thing on at the Waterstones, I got the third in this series. Mary the First, Queen of Sorrows. I've been waiting for it to come out in paperback, and it is, and it will be read very shortly. So it's about Mary the First and her story, and I've not read much about her, so I'm intrigued about what that's going to be like. And then this one was all over. This book was basically in loads of the bookshops, and I ended up getting it. And these are the London ones. Brogan Murphy's Wildlands, and I've just seen they've got a sprayed edges version at Waterstones near me. But this was another sprayed edge, but they've got a different colour sprayed edges. But this was in one of the independent shops, and we're lost, indeed, really lost. And it's basically like a naturey middle grade fantasy book. Charlie will absolutely love this, so I'm going to make sure Charlie reads it. Then I've got a book that I've been waiting to come out in paperback because Charlotte from Courtney Reads loved it, and this is Medea by Rosie Hewitt. And I was going to get it in one of my other independent bookshops, but Waterstones had it, and they had a signed edition. I don't normally pay extra for a signed edition, but this wasn't extra, so it was in the buy one get one half price. And by that point, I was knackered in the London trip. So it's about Medea, and it's the hands of the tyrant father, the king of cultures. I know that Charlotte loved it, and Charlotte raved about it, so I had to get it. God, I'm trying to. These are literally all these books are falling over. So then I had to, on the buy one get one half price, had to get the second in this series by Kieran Millward Hargreaves, The Storm and the Seahawk. And I've got the first one, I've still not read it, and I've got it. It's a Geomancer book, and it's book 2, and I've got to wait for the third book to come out in paperback as well. And I love her book, so I just had to get the second in the series. Sorry about my washing machine. Then Katie made me buy this, and I've got to. And this is Glorious Exploits by Ferda Leonon, which I may be saving for next year's Irish Readathon. But apparently it's not like fantasy. It's actually more like historical fiction set in ancient Sicily. But Katie from Books and Things loved it, so I had to get it. And it was the winner of the International Waterstones debut fiction prize. Katie loved it. I'm going to give it a go. Bought it in Brick Lane Bookshop. It's pretty. That's got to go upstairs. Then I need to take this bookmark out because otherwise it's going to make everything go a bit wrong. But I got this in Hatchard, and this is Emily Wildness, Map of the Other Lands. I just read the first book in the series and I really wanted the second book, and it's so pretty. I don't know how quickly I'll read it, but it's just gorgeous, and it's about the hidden folk and they're going on another adventure. So yeah, I can't bloody wait to read that. That's my fantasy book that's down here. And then last but not least, I've managed to keep it to 30 minutes. A Little Trickery by Rosanna Pike. I got this. This was the last book I bought. It is stunning. It's one of the women's prize books that's up, and it's set in Tudor time. And apparently Charlie said that the lead character is literally a mini me, and she's just raved about it, and I can't wait to bloody read it because it's stunning. I'm still trying to decide. I'm going to let you guys pick, actually. If you get to the end of this video, obviously I want you to leave me a shopping bag emoji, because as you can tell, I've kind of done quite a bit of shopping. But let me know, do I read A Little Trickery or Nesting next? You guys get to pick. Whatever one gets commented on the most will get read in April, and the next one will get read in May. I don't care about how quickly I'm reading them, I will do it. So let me know, whatever book gets raved about the most. If I can remember, I'll try and remember to put up a poll, but yeah, do I read A Little Trickery or do I read Nesting? Let you guys know. I'm sorry this video is so long. Like I said, if you got to the end of this video, leave me a shopping bag emoji. If you want to talk to me about any more of those books on these bookshelves, let me know in the comments. I love chatting to you all in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not sure about it, bring my ding-a-ling. I'll see you all soon. Bye.